the focus of this week's tornadoes has shifted to recovery. Storm victims need to be aware of scam artists. Our next guest knows firsthand he was scammed not once, but twice by roofers. First guy roofed the wrong house, and the second went to prison. Fort Worth Star-Telegram Watchdog columnist Dave Lieber knows how to hire a good contractor. Well, now you do.
Yeah, because you make mistakes, you learn from them, right?
Wow, can you imagine roofing the wrong house and then the other guy goes to prison? That's a problem. That's a major problem. How were you able to ultimately rectify that situation?
Well, I decided to create a world, a nation, which I call Watchdog Nation, which teaches us how to protect ourselves, because I was getting hurt on everybody I hired and everything I bought. So I said, okay, let me show everybody how to do it real smart. Let me do it smart too. And I did. I created this Watchdog Nation world.
You created the Watchdog Nation world, and in addition to that, you also helped the North Texas Roofing Contractors Association make a video as well.
Right, sure. They're trying to get the word out now that, especially now with the storm cleanup, there's contractors and there's roofers, and they're just flooding the area, and everything that's about to happen out here is perfectly avoidable because there's good guys and there's bad guys.
Right.
And I have come up with this system, Watchdog Nation. It's free and just takes a couple seconds, where I call it the magic Google box.
Okay.
It's out here. Everybody has this tool, the magic Google box. And if you just type in the name of the company you're about to hire with his name and the word ripoff next to his name or the word scam and hit the button, you'll see in a second or two whether this guy's ripped off other people.
Right, so you can put in anybody's name, anybody that you're going to be working
Right.
with, and then if there's those kind of key words, scams, ripoff, if you include that with your name, those kinds of that kind of information is going to pop up. And you put all this in your book, which I think is wonderful to have, the Watchdog Nation book. And you include some tips. The first one you just went over, which is the Google everyone, but use that keyword next to the name. You also talk about check out an online database for prison records, because in your case, the guy who went to prison had already had a prison record.
Yeah, they often do have prison records. They come out of prison and they work for a year or two. They try and get a good business going, but then they run into hard times, so they rob Peter to pay Paul. So I use a database called publicdata.com where I can look up anybody and find out if they have a criminal record. So when a roofer now would come to my house, or a contractor to rebuild my house, I'd say, let me have your driver's license, let me get your full name, let me get your date of birth. And then I would look him up and see what kind of record he has, because if he's hurt other people, it will be in the magic Google box.
The magic Google box.
And people send me, 100 letters a week at the Star-Telegram about how. So they all send me the website, but they forget to look it up before they hire the guy. They look it up after they lose all their money, and they go, look at this guy, expose him. I'm like,
now we understand, but it's already too late. You also mentioned it's important to ask for references. About how many do you suggest you look into?
At least 5 to 10. Because if these guys are legitimate, they have real jobs that they've done that they're proud of, and they'll show them to you, and you can call these people up, go buy their house.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Okay, so make sure that you're talking to people that have worked with them before, have a signed contract. That's another one of your tips.
It's important. I mean, people forget to do a contract because they get fooled by these slick talkers. And these guys charm them, and they don't have a contract because they say, trust me, it's okay, I'll take care of you. But they're going to hurt you, just like that storm did.
Just like the storm did. And so you're going to get hurt twice. Another thing that you say that I think is really interesting, and unfortunately we can't go through all 10, but another one is don't hand over the insurance check, not all of it, at the beginning of the job. Give them 50% up front and 50% at the end of the job.
Or maybe let them start the job and then give them that first 50 or 40%. Don't rush to give it to them. I made that mistake, and that's how I learned. You don't give people an insurance check when you sign the contract. You let them start the work. Bring the materials to your house. Prove you're legitimate.
And proving you're legitimate also includes whether they have a storefront. That's a big warning sign if it's just a truck and a cell phone versus a storefront. And so that could impact whether they're really reputable.
Most of the bad actors that I write about in the Star-Telegram just have a truck, a cell phone, and a website. They don't have an office. They're not real. They don't have a company. They don't have workers. They're just guys putting together jobs, and it's just not worth it.
We are so glad to have you.
I just don't want anybody to get hurt now in the next few weeks.
Yeah, that's so true. This is the worst time for somebody to be taken advantage of, and we do thank you very much. I appreciate it. So you want to know more? You can check out Dave's new 2012 edition of his book, Dave Lieber's Watchdog Nation. Bite back when businesses and scammers do you wrong. And you can find it at watchdognation.com. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Amy, I'm going to send it over to you.
All right, Paige, great information. Now.